the property has to be paid off. 2, the property has to be divided.
Okay, so you get 4, Robin gets 4, so you guys get 8 together.
I'm still part of the family and I still financially put into it. And so I deserve to have some of the property.
One thing about Meri is she's not very vocal about what she's thinking. She will say in her confessionals, but when it's being recorded live, I think she's someone who likes to go home, think about what's happened, and then give her opinion afterwards. Because when she was having that back and forth with Cody about the property, you could tell she had a lot to say, but she just didn't want to say it. I wish that was Christine, because Christine would have aired him out, and the audacity for him to say, we don't need to blame anyone or bring up what I said. And yet he has been blaming Christine for everything since Christine decided to leave the family. This is all we've heard all season. Christine did this, Christine did that. Oh my God, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Sister Wives, Season 17, Episode 14. I remember saying this, and at the time I felt bad because I felt like I was, projecting my own thoughts into Meri. And yet now I think Meri, after the frustration of hearing people name call and people sort of question why she didn't want to leave Cody when he wasn't interested, I think this is why she's decided to tell her story, to tell the truth about why she actually stayed. It seems apparently this relationship with Cody has been non-existent for years. I have a feeling Cody doesn't like his wives once they get past a certain age. It seems the older they get, the less interested he is in them. And it seems as soon as Robin came into the family, he lost interest in all his other wives, tried to dangle them along for a bit because, he was enjoying the finances, but he really wasn't into them as much as we believe. And I personally feel, because I'm happy that Meri said that this relationship with Cody was non-existent well before the catfishing incident. So I'm happy that she's telling the truth, her truth, that, he has led me on, and finally he's decided to tell me the truth that he's really not that into me. And it says a lot for you to have Janelle and Christine defending Meri, given how they feel about Meri or what they've said about Meri. It says a lot that people were there watching Meri work hard, contribute to this family. Regardless of the fact that her child had moved off and gone off to school, she was still contributing to a pot where it was only just her, and everybody else was enjoying the fruits of her labor. And now that they're fed up, they're telling her, what are you still doing here? It's time for you to leave. They need to give her money that she invested in Robin's house with interest. They need to give her equal shares of the property at Coyote Pass. You have Christine and Janelle still sort of visiting Christine's brothers, and it's nice to see them bonding and sort of getting along. It seems, they bonded over their children because they had the same number of children. Their children were almost the same age. So it's nice to see them continue on that relationship. As long as they're both happy, that's good. And Cody is too full of himself for him to say that, they're only bonding because of a shared common enemy. Robin and they have nothing positive to say. And it's like, well, they have nothing to say about Meri as well. Nothing positive to say about her. Why aren't you calling out that, they're bonding because they hate Meri? Make it make sense. I don't get where he's coming from. That man at times gets on my last nerve. So they go hiking with Christine's siblings, and it's nice to see how relaxed they are with each other's families. And Cody saying, before I used to count Christine's brothers as my friends. And it's like, yeah, because you were married to her. At the end of the day, they're always going to pick Christine over you because you are not family. You are family through marriage, but you're not family. Their family is Christine and her children. And so they will side with them before they side with you, especially if Christine tells them the truth of how you treated her. Then they're going to side with their loved one. And it is what it is. I have to give it to Meri, and it's a round of applause to Meri. I love the fact that she's airing out the laundry and she's telling her truth by herself without anybody else sort of making speculations or saying things that she did not say. The fact that she has been contributing to this family since she got married to Cody. Janelle has been contributing to this family since she got married to Cody. Cody himself has contributed. Christine has contributed. Nobody has ever said to Meri, because you've only got one child, only make contributions sufficient to the one child that you have. Now it's time to split the assets. She's being reminded that you've only got one child, and besides, you're not a sister wife anymore, so you don't deserve what everybody. No, in that case, let's go to court. Give her what she's entitled to. Give her what she would have got when she divorced Cody. Give her 50% and keep it moving, if that's the case. I don't get how Robin's got 2 children by Cody. Let's be honest, if we're going to be honest. The other children are his adopted children. They have their own dad. I don't know whether he's still alive or whether he's passed away, whatever. But okay, fine, they are his children, he's adopted them. But that should not be any reason why Meri should get less than. It was evident when Cody split the 14 acres and gave Janelle 4 acres and Robin 4 acres and then gave Meri and Christine 2 acres each to split. It was obvious that his favorites were getting what they wanted and he was giving the ones that he didn't like less than what everybody else was getting. Because at the time he was giving Janelle 4 and Robin 4, you should have given Meri 3 and Christine 3. That way everybody would have got 3 and you would have kept the 2 acres with the plot with the pond in it. But he likes the idea of favoring his favorites. And the fact that Robin said to him, oh, your mind is all over the place, you don't need to answer now. That's because it's on camera. She doesn't want him to say anything on camera that's going to commit him to whatever he said on camera. So she wants to take him home, tell him what he needs to say, and then he'll come back on camera. He knew what he was saying when he told her you only deserve 2 acres. So why can't he finish the rest of his thought? She is the one who's manipulating everything and pretending like she's innocent and she's holding her hands up, Robin, and saying, oh, it's not me, it's not me. But she coaches Cody on what to say. She encourages his behaviors and has conversations with him away from the other wives. When they come together, she starts, oh, I don't know. She starts behaving confused. I don't get it and I don't like it, and I don't like how Cody is thinking that he can get away with conning Meri and Janelle out of their money. That doesn't make sense. I said this before. They need to sell Robin's house and give Janelle and Meri their money. They need to appraise this piece of land and divide it. Every wife should get 4 acres and Cody can keep the 2 acres. He's got 18 children, and so what? That has nothing to do with Meri. Meri contributed into this fund irregardless of how many children she had. She deserves her share. And he and his 18 children can sort it out later. But that's not Meri's fault. It's interesting hearing Christine discuss the breakdown of her marriage with her brothers and how, they came about to sort of allocating the land and how she was able to sort of draw her finances from the family and leave the family. And it's sad, but I think Cody, this is how he's been able to sort of finance Robin and her needs and wants for years, in the sense that he had this family pot, which worked when there were 3 wives, that was set on sort of building a family and keeping the family united. But once he brought in Robin was only after what Robin wanted and what Robin's children needed. And so I think to some extent, this is why when they got to Flagstaff, Christine, instead of renting, insisted on buying a property. I think she knew she was moving. I think she knew she was moving on from Cody and didn't want her finances tied to anyone. And I think this is why she decided to buy a property. Whereas Janelle and Meri were sort of enticed by the fact that they were told, oh no, let's sort out Robin's property first. Because Cody, I remember pushing for Robin to buy a property and Robin refusing to buy the property, saying that she wanted to continue to rent. So hearing now, I think, how Christine was able to sort of maneuver and sort of keep her finances away from Robin and Cody, I think Janelle is realizing that, well, she trusted too much. She was too trusting of the family. She was too trusting of how the family had always functioned and assumed that they would continue to function for forever or for as long as they were married. And so I said this again before when I said that Christine has seen the light and she's trying to sort of get Janelle to see the light. And she actually said it when she said, as I'm telling my brothers my story, I hope Janelle is also listening so that she knows that there is life after divorce and it is actually better this side of divorce, which I don't dispute. I think anyone that's seen Meri, Janelle, Christine's marriage to Cody can attest that their lives after Cody are way better. They look much younger. They look vibrant. They're glowing because they've left this toxic situation that they were in. And I hope, if nothing else, this allows Janelle to sort of take a deeper look at her situation, or this was able to help her take a deeper look at her situation and get her aha moment. I don't know. It's sad that she's still tied financially to Cody and Robin, but it is what it is. I truly believe if you look up the word selfish or self-centered, you'll find Cody and Robin's faces there. Because obviously, I feel like they knew what Meri wanted to discuss. They came and were planning to bulldoze Meri and sort of get what they wanted and get her to commit to certain things on camera. That way she couldn't turn around and say, but that's not what we agreed upon. They never expected her to challenge them about the allocation of the properties. They never expected her to bring up the fact that Cody had said he was divorced from Meri and didn't see himself being with Meri for forever. And so when Meri started to bring up these items, they were shocked. And I think this is why Robin tried to shut Cody down from explaining about the properties and how they intended for them to be split, because they realized that Meri could go to the authorities and say, this is what I've committed to, and these people are swindling me out of my money, which they are trying to do, because they can't use the fact that she's only got one child as an excuse for not giving her share of the family's wealth. She contributed it to this family like everybody else. She deserves her piece. And for Cody to say, you don't need to blame anyone about the breakdown of our marriage. He's been blaming Christine for how many episodes since Christine decided to leave the family, and suddenly now tables have turned and Meri is speaking her truth and, oh no, we shouldn't focus on what I said or what I did. We just need to discuss what's happening now. No, he left her before she was catfished. She bought her property. He got angry that she bought her property and decided not to put it in the Brown name. She was the first one to do it. And I think this is where Christine learned from Meri, when Meri brought the property and put it in her family name. And so for him to now say, oh, don't do that. He's been treating her as less than. He's been telling people that he's not married to her. He doesn't love her. There's no hope. And so for Robin to say, oh, but I feel he's still married. If you feel he's still married, why didn't you kick him out during COVID and send him to go around and see his wives? You kept him at home because you felt you were the only one entitled to his attention, to his companionship, to his wealth, and everything else that you're benefiting. So for you to storm off, I loved when she stormed off, because I feel like Robin expected either Meri or Cody to run after her, and they didn't. They just left her to storm off, and she stormed off like a little kid throwing a tantrum, and then came back and they just looked at her and didn't say anything, because I think they knew she was acting. Because Meri has said it before that she spent a lot of time during COVID on her own, even though she was isolating, and she says she rarely sees Robin. So for Robin to say, oh, but you're still married to Cody, I was holding out hope with you. What did you do to show that you're holding out hope for me? Did you even send him to come and see me? Did you even come with him and drop him off at my house? No, you didn't. You were enjoying his companionship. You were enjoying my money that I was contributing to the family pot. And now it's time for me to throw my money. The two of you are starting to tell me stories. I love that Meri's got a lot to say, but Meri is very disciplined in what she says. She's very someone who appears as very reflective. I think if it was Christine would have aired every single thing out. Christine would have aired everything. She would have dragged Cody and Robin. But because it's Meri, when she was questioning about the allocation of the properties and no, I'm getting 4, she's getting 4. No, if you want to keep the pond, you keep the pond. But I'm getting my 4, Janelle is getting her 4, Robin's getting her 4. You only need two acres. What do you need 4 acres for? Why are you getting more acreage? And she was right to say him and Robin are getting 8 acres because when they get divorced, they'll be split in 2. So no, it's unacceptable. And I hate how Robin was now making herself the victim of Mary's grief, and now Meri has to console her instead of her consoling Meri for what she's going through, the breakdown of her marriage. Make it make sense. I don't get it. I really don't. But anyway, I don't know. It's sad, but Cody, he's reaping what he sowed. He's reaping what he sowed. For him to say I've got 18 children when he's not even in good books with 3/4 of his children doesn't make sense. And for Robin to say I wanted us to get married, I was advocating for, she didn't advocate for anyone. If she advocated when Christine took her daughter to get that major surgery, she should have pushed Cody to go with her. He should have pushed Cody to go with her and help her while their daughter recovered. Even when they came back, she should have pushed him to say, you need to go and help Christine because this is a lot of work. No, she didn't. So she can't say she's been advocating. Who did she advocate for? For herself. She didn't advocate for Meri. Mary's been called all sorts of names by Cody and she never stopped him. So please sit down somewhere. I really don't get it and I get so frustrated. Anyway, I can't wait for the reunion next week. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 13. Bye guys.